Section 1. From Siberia's tundra, the Chukchi and their dogs. It is a beautiful thing to look into a husky's eyes. You see a wild spirit, you see a deep history. These dogs were not always our couch companions. Their story begins a long time ago in a very cold place called Siberia. The Chukchi people lived there. The winters were harsh and long. Survival was a daily challenge. The Chukchi needed a special kind of dog to help them. This was the beginning of the Siberian Husky, a dog born not just for companionship but for a very important job. They were partners in survival, members of the tribe. Then the relationship was all about work and respect. The Chukchi dogs lived in a pack. They pulled sleds across vast distances of snow and ice. This was their purpose. This early life shaped the Husky we know today. The world began to notice these amazing dogs. Around the early 1900s they were brought from Siberia to Alaska. The gold rush was happening. They needed strong dogs to travel across the snowy land. The Siberian dogs were smaller than the local freight dogs, but they had something special. They had incredible stamina. They had blistering speed. At first, people called them Siberian rats because of their size, but these dogs quickly proved their power. They started winning sled dog races. A musher named Leonhard Sapala became famous for his team of Siberian Huskies. He saw their potential. They worked together as a perfect team, a balanced pack moving as one. This led to one of the most famous stories in dog history, the 1925 serum run to Nome. A deadly disease, diphtheria, was spreading in the remote town of Nome, Alaska. Planes could not fly in the blizzard conditions. The only hope was a relay of sled dog teams, and by his lead dog Togo. They crossed treacherous sea ice. People know the story of Balto, the dog who led the final team into Nome. But Togo was the true hero of the run. When you train your husky, you are tapping into that history. You are becoming their Sepala. Section 3. A new kind of service, Huskies in War and Peace. After the famous serum run, the Siberian Huskies' reputation was sealed. They were known across America as heroes. So, when World War II began, the United States military saw a new role for them. The Army needed dogs for its Arctic Search and Rescue Unit. They were recruited for duty just like soldiers. They were trained to find downed pilots and transport supplies in places where vehicles could not go. Then, their pack was a military unit. Their musher was a soldier. They served in places like Greenland, Canada, and Alaska. They used their powerful noses to locate people buried in the snow. They used their strength to pull sleds loaded with medical supplies and equipment. They were loyal, brave, and reliable partners for the soldiers they served alongside. These dogs were not just tools, they were comrades. Their work saved many lives and was a vital part of the war effort. A bored husky is often a destructive husky. Today, their job can be many things. Giving your husky a task to focus on provides mental and physical stimulation. Section 4. The modern pack, from sled team to family member. Today, the life of a husky is very different. Most are not pulling sleds across the Arctic tundra. They are living in our homes, sleeping on our beds, playing in our yards. Then, their space was limitless. They could run for miles and miles across the open snow. Now, their space is often a fenced-in backyard, a city apartment. They have the engine of a long-distance sled dog, but they are living in a much smaller world. This is why exercise is not optional. It is essential. A short walk on a leash is not enough. They need to run to really stretch their legs. A safe, enclosed area where they can run freely is a gift. Their diet has also changed dramatically. Then they ate raw, high-fat, high-protein food fish caribou. Now they eat commercially prepared kibble. A pet husky does not burn the same number of calories as a sled dog. As a modern pack leader, your job is to bridge this gap between then and now. You must provide structure and rules. Their history as long-distance runners makes them amazing escape artists. A strong, high fence is a must. We have to provide the safety and leadership that the Chukchi and the mushers provided in the past. Section 5. The Husky Heart, what stays the same. You see it when their ears perk up at a distant sound. You see it in their powerful stride when they are allowed to run. You feel it in their deep loyalty to their family pack. They are still social animals who thrive on companionship. A husky without a calm, confident pack leader is a lost husky. From the Chukchi tribe to the modern family, these dogs have always been our partners. When we look at our husky, we should see more than just a beautiful pet. The wild spirit is still there. Our job is to nurture it.